We're live. Episode 2 of Let's Be Opinionated. Yet again.
What's up?
With Dakota. Today's story time.
Story time.
I have some pretty good stories.
Stories, man. Untold stories.
My story's been told.
Told?
My story's been told a couple times.
We're doing told stories too?
We can do any kind of story.
Man.
Any story you want. Any story. Alright, I'm going to start off with the story of when I first was learning how to ride a bike.
What was this, 17 years old?
I wish. Bro, if I hadn't learned how to ride a bike until I was 17, imagine how much stuff you wouldn't have done. Cause
As a kid?
Like before.
You know how many injuries you would have avoided, though?
True. Honestly, that's so true.
I've messed myself up so many times on a bike.
But, like, if I hadn't known how to ride a bike, I wouldn't have ridden the bike to, like, town or, like, anything. Because, like, as a kid, like, I'd always ride into town. Like, we had, like, this restaurant.
Yeah.
And we had, like, an ice cream shop, and there was a park.
But you could always use, like, skateboards and stuff, too.
But, like,
But still,
we didn't
bikes
have
are dope.
skateboards.
Bikes were dope, though.
I didn't even have my own bike
You
for
were
a
cool.
while, though.
You were cool when you had a bike.
But I didn't have my own
In the
bike. I always
neighborhood.
borrowed bikes.
Really?
Yeah.
I would always get a bike.
Okay, so this is the plot for you. I'm on this piece of property. It's a driveway like mine, and it's super long, and it's super angled. So like, it's one of those driveways in the winter where it's like super difficult to get up, but it's straight up and straight down. Like it's just a boom.
So a hill.
Yeah, it's just like one big hill,
Right.
and it's not like curvy or anything. So it's straight flat. And so, I was with Clayton, who was my best friend at the time, and we were with his brothers. It was Clayton, Cody, me, Alex.
Wow, so it was like a party.
Well, yeah, we all were like living together, you know, and so we get the bikes out because I hadn't known how to ride a bike, but they all did, and I was getting to the age where I could like go and hang out with them finally. Like I wasn't coped up into the house anymore, so they were like, let's teach them how to ride a bike, and so they bring me out there and they get this bike, no brakes on it, and there's no training wheels, but it's the only bike I fit on. You had to stop with your feet. You can already see where this is going. So, they take me up to the top of the hill, and they told me they were going to teach me how to ride it on the road. So it was a flat surface, and I didn't have to worry about the rocks because it was a dirt driveway. They're like, all right, just get on it right here. So I get on it. They turn the bike around, and I'm facing down the drive. So the drive goes
It's
down
just
it when
two
you pull
wheels.
into
A
it.
two-wheeled bike still.
Two-wheel bike, no training wheels.
They didn't even hesitate on the wheels, did they? The extra wheels? Or was
No,
it, nah?
they didn't even have any. Because we just pulled it out of the barn. In the barn, we have like a basketball court, and then in the back, there's like the farm equipment or whatever. And so I get on this bike, and he's holding the back of it, and I'm like, don't let go of the back. He's like, I'm not going to let go of you. You're fine. You're fine. So I'm like, okay. So he's like, we're going to slowly go down the hill, and then you're going to learn how to push yourself up the hill so you're not going fast. And then, so I put my feet on the pedals, and I'm going a little bit, and I'm like pedaling, and I'm like, oh, this is easy because, you know, he's holding me the whole time. And I was like, and he goes, yeah, your turn. And let's go. When I'm going down the hill.
Your turn.
So I'm by myself at this point, and like, you know, once you
Picking
get up
up
to
speed?
when you get up to a certain speed, you know you can't like tip off the bike or anything. So I'm going, and then getting towards the bottom of the hill.
When were you like? You were happy, right? When did you think, oh crap, I'm not happy no more?
Is when the hill flattened out. It's like 150 to 200 meters down.
Dang.
So it's pretty long. It's probably 150.
I was thinking like a 50.
No, it's like 100 meters, 150 meters, I'd say. And still to this day, like when I go back to the house, it's still that
It's
long.
like a maze to get back to the house.
It's like, it's long. And so I'm the hill's flattening out, and of course they're running, trying to chase after me. They're going, ah, like laughing their asses off, trying to chase me down the hill. And so the hill flattens out, and there's about 25 meters to go between me and this big barn. And they have horses, so there's the barn in front of me, and then to the right, there's like the horse pasture, and there's like the electrical fence. So I'm either going to hit a barn or the electrical fence, or I'm going to stop. So, being the genius that I was, I thought that if I turned the wheel completely sideways, it would just skid to a stop. So
Painful to listen to. Yeah,
so
makes sense.
I turned the wheel like 90 degrees sideways, and before it even went 90 degrees, I was on the ground.
Face planting. Right,
and I get up, I'm crying, I'm bleeding all down my arm, down my back, because my shirt ripped, and my leg's like bleeding. And they get down there, and they're like, dude, why'd you turn the wheel? And I was like, I wanted to stop. And they go, well, you stopped. And I'm like, I'm bleeding. And they're like, that's your fault. They take the bike from me and start riding off. So I'm left there, bleeding, crying.
Your family's gone.
Yeah, I'm like trying to like get into the house.
I'm like limping up the.
You
had to go up the 150-yard hill.
No, not to get to the house.
Oh,
because
okay.
it goes down to the house.
Oh.
So we walked away from the house.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then we went down to
Thank
it.
God I didn't have to do that. Okay, good.
Yeah, so I'm like limping up to the house, and I get in there, and Missy's just like, "Wow, looks like you went on an adventure and just cleaned me up, and then set me back outside."
Freaking jumped into a cheese grater.
It was an interesting day.
She was probably like, "What'd you do? Jump in a thorn bush?"
Probably what she thought.
It's horrible. What about the time you broke your kneecap?
When I fractured my patella.
Fractured your
We're
patella?
not even gonna talk about it.
Not even talk about
It's
that.
such a stupid story. I was playing backyard football.
And smoked your knee on a corner of
The
a brick.
building.
It's painful. So I think since you just talked about an injury, I guess I'll talk about one. So I've been friends with my neighbors for a long time.
For like a long time.
Like 12 years.
Yeah.
12 years.
Because you've been in that house for
12 years.
yeah. So you've known them since.
And their oldest kid right now is a freshman. He's like 15-ish, 14-ish.
Oh, so
Yeah. So I've known him since he was 5, or a little bit before 5. I think
like a
he was
lifetime,
like 2 or 3.
lifelong friend.
Yeah. So back when we were all like in first grade, kindergarten, they had a family reunion. So there was like, but it was also like a party too. So there was like 50 people over, like kids, not little parents.
Oh, like
It
little
was like
kids.
a party, dude. Not all little, but I mean, a lot of
Like
them,
all that
a
you
lot
were
of them
your
were
age?
10, yeah, like a good 12, 15 of them.
Yeah.
And we were doing like these mini races, but the downfall was every round you would get a different bike. So we had like a bike, we had like this tricycle plastic bike, we had 2 scooters, 2 littler bikes, and then I think I brought my bike for like me using and other people to use. And we were like, because we live on that dead end road, we were racing, and I had. This is the second round, okay? I'm pretty sure I lost, like, all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, because there was, like, 15, 16, 20.
It was a lot of people.
Yeah. But not all of them were playing. There was only, like, 8 to 12 playing. And I had the plastic tricycle, right? I get down there, and I'm, like, losing because it's a plastic tricycle. So I'm like, all right, can't wait for next round. And you know me, going 100 miles an hour no matter what. I get off it, and I start running back with it because I was losing.
No, did it hit you?
So I got off of it, put my hand on the steering wheel, went on the seat, and started running as hard as I could.
I can picture this in my head so easily right now.
I don't know if I tipped over or if I hit someone, but I tipped over, I think, smoked my head on the ground, and scraped my face on the street.
Oh my god.
My face was...
Were you, like, bleeding?
Bad. It was, like, right below my eye to, like, right above my
scrape?
mouth.
Just
Yeah,
a big
like
scrape?
a big circle on my face. So I had a huge scab.
man.
It went away after, like, a month. And I don't have a scar, which is pretty sweet. But I got up and I was like...
You're, like, screaming.
like a
You're
little
like,
baby because I was
all
9.
Yeah.
Completely smoked my face on the ground and no one helped me. I had to go home myself. And then I had to put that hydrogen peroxide on it.
Oh, and then it just burns and bubbles up.
And then I thought that would be cool, right? I thought if I had a huge cut on my face, I would be cool. So I go to school the next day because my dad said I could stay home because it's pretty bad. I went to school thinking like, oh, that's a sweet like battle scar. You're the coolest dude ever.
Yeah.
Go to school, people were terrified of me.
Petrified of
People
this.
were petrified of me.
This guy who's walking around with a massive cut on his face. He looks like Hernandez from down the street.
He's like a freaking war vet.
God.
Looks like I just... Oh, gosh.
Yeah, there was this one time.
People are like, hey, hey, what happened? Every time.
Like, put a mask on, bro.
Well, yeah.
Well, there was this one time. I'm chilling in the same house.
Safe to say, I don't think I went to school the day after that, but then I continued to go to school. It was good. It's good.
Good times.
Good times.
There was this one time. I'm chilling, same house. And they have horses or whatever, and so the electrical fence is obviously activated. I didn't know.
I've been hit by electrical fence.
I didn't know what an electrical fence did or, like, that it was on or anything like that. I'm just assuming that it's rope to keep the horses in, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we go down there.
Rope that's metal?
Right. Well, yeah, like barbed wire kind of thing. So, they have there's like a little pond in the back, or at least there used to be like a little river-type pond thing. And we used to be able to swing back there with a rope. Get on the rope and swing out and then swing back kind of thing.
Those are so fun.
Yeah. And
Ropes
like
in general, swings.
And you could jump into the water, too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we went down there. We were doing that for a bit. And on our way back, I'm wet. So this is, of course, going to make it even worse. Clayton goes, hey, before we go inside, can you go into the horse pen and go ahead and grab the sled? Because there was sleds left in there from winter. And he told me to go back in there and get it. And I was like, I don't want to go in there and get it. And little did I know that the sled was actually used for a pooper scooper instead of an actual sled.
So he tricked you?
So, yeah, he tricked me, thinking that I actually needed to go get it because it was left out there from winter. It's one of those metal
Great
ones.
friend.
Yeah. So, I'm like, all right, how do I get in there? He goes, just take the fence and push it down and go in between.
Oh, he also did that to you, didn't he?
So
He's such a douche.
I went to go, put my hand on the fence to go put it down. I went and grabbed full hand on this, and it just boop, and little lightweight that I was, I went back like 4 or 5 feet.
When I accidentally grabbed one, I was going on like an adventure in my neighbor's like field, or
kid adventures in the field.
It was like a pathway into the woods, but like I've been there multiple times because right across is the new other Rhymers, whatever.
Oh yeah.
On Reynolds.
Okay, yeah. So it's like field to field passage, like side woods.
But there was fields that got you there, but we went through the wood path, right? We ended up getting in this field somehow. I was in the field.
Where the crops were there, obviously, right?
It was 3 people. Well, it was in the summer, or it was in the late summer, so it was just the field. Everything was already cut. The corn was already cut.
Oh.
Yeah. And I see this fence, and instantly, I go to grab it. For some reason, I guess. I don't know.
Smart kid.
And, like, I had a vision of me holding it, and then, like, a vision of me holding it, but it was crooked on top of it, and then a vision of me having it normal again, like, fading, like... And then I was just like, yeah, like I grabbed it. I saw me grabbing it, and then it was like faded this way, and then faded back. Like it was slowly getting more faded, and then it was like
your vision was like blurry,
kind of like old pictures.
Oh my, what?
Yeah, but it was in color.
Wait, so like, you're telling me like your vision blurred because was it electric?
But it doubled. Like
was it electric?
Yeah.
So you got double vision and crap.
Okay, but. Have you seen, like, cartoons?
But you didn't fly off of it or
no,
nothing?
But have you seen cartoons where they put a picture down and then they put another picture down, but they're, like, all showing?
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was weird. I saw three of the same things at once, but in different angles. Swear to God.
Your nerves were all over the place.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what just happened?
Your nerves were going.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my good stories are from that house.
I believe it.
That was, like, the hangout, man. That's always the best place to be.
Yeah, a lot of stories are from my neighbor's house. We used to have friends go over all the time.
We used to, so every so often we'd like to go up because we had this sports bar. It was called Aggie Sports Bar. We'd walk up to we'd ride our bikes up to the sports bar, and they had games in there. So we were like, sick. We'll get some of our quarters or whatever. We'll go up there and play games. It was like 50 to 75 cents per game. So there was this one. It was like hunting. So it was like, like the orange gun or whatever. And then there was the racing one that like you're on like those bikes. And then there was like of course crane games or whatever. So each of us would like rotate. We'd each get like like $7 or $8 in quarters, and we all go up there. Mm-hmm. And so we'd rotate like a bunch of times on these games. And one time, I believe it was Cody that was playing the motorcycle game. We were playing it, and he ended up like, I believe he broke it, like not like break, but like the temporary break. And we all thought we were gonna get arrested. It was one of the things where you just need to pop it back into place, like the bike itself. So we all thought we were like, oh no, they're going to call the cops on us.
Typical kid.
Yeah, so we all get up our stuff, and we start biking away. Like, we get on our bikes, and we're like running and running and running.
We all get up our stuff?
Yeah, we all got our bags and stuff. And we get on our bikes, and we bike back to the house. And then we get back, and Missy goes, hey, we're going to Aggie Sports Bar for dinner tonight. And we're all like,
oh, sweet.
There's going to be cops there when we get there. They're going to be waiting for us. And, paranoid kids. We're all like, let's not go to Aggie's. We don't want to eat there tonight. And if we loved Aggie's, so like they were surprised. They're like, why don't you want to go to Aggie's? We're like, well, we just don't want Aggie's tonight. We want chili at home. Chili's okay. Like just like naming foods that we'd rather stay home and eat. We end up going there anyways. We get to Aggie's, and the bike was fixed. Like they popped it back into place or whatever, and he goes, dude, they already bought a new bike. And we're like, how'd they buy a bike that quick? We're like, dude, we should just buy one for home then. And then we thought we could buy one and have one in our bedroom and play it at home. Just
stupid
kids.
At least you wouldn't waste any money.
Yeah, stupid kids.
Keep playing it.
Stupid kids.
Fun times. Stupid kids, yeah. My neighbors, they had this like wooden swing set. You know how like old people have those like swing sets that are on the ground? Usually like old people don't really want to be stereotypical. And like,
and you like get on them and they like rock back and forth like the whole thing.
And it's like looks like you're kind of tipping over, but you won't.
Yeah.
So my friend decides to me and my friend are on it, chilling, being thugs.
Friggin'
At 12.
12-year-old thugs.
And his little brother, he has 2 fraternal little brothers, jumps on the back of it. We fly back. My friend smokes his head.
Oh, it tipped over.
On the ground as hard as he can.
No.
As do I. And we were just on the ground forever. Mom comes out freaking out, though. We were, dying.
When the mom comes out, it's real.
Which reminds me of something. me and Austin were like, "What are you doing, Ty?" The little kid. He's like, "I didn't mean to do it."
I didn't know.
He was freaking out, thinking he'd kill us. Oh, that reminds me. Back in the family reunion, they had this blow up water slide that had 2 other slides and a climb up thing. The coolest thing as a kid. Swear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Austin's leaning on the side of it, midway down the slide, chilling on the bouncy part. That's all bouncy. Falls off. Hits his head from 10 feet up.
Bro, I swear to God, this is concussion city right now.
It's his head from 6 feet in the air. Boom! Oh. Cries all the way up to the balcony, and he's like, "Dude, I think my brain broke in half.
I think my brain broke. I'm stupid, Ma."
Me and his mom are there. He's like, my brain broke in half. He's crying the whole time.
I can only imagine a kid in tears saying my brain broke in half.
He's like, "No, it's broken in half." I'm like, "Dude, you'd be dead."
Well, your brain is split into 2 or 4 parts or something like that.
He fell from literally 6 feet high, his height, let alone his.
You know Dan Major from our school?
I think so, yeah.
All right, so at his grad party, he had a water slide, a blow up one, from a company, and there was a hole at the top, and it was a little one. But we went up there, and Clayton Schick, got his foot stuck in it. And he goes to slide down, and he's shaking his body around. He's trying to slide down, and his ankle's stuck up top, and he's just sitting the water's pouring on his face, and he's stuck upside down on the slide. On the slide. The slide.
Was he drowning?
No, but he was like, "I can't get out!" And so we went up there, and we pushed on the hole or whatever, and his ankle came out, and he just slid right down, but it was honestly so funny. He's just
that reminds me, my cousins were over, and we had a little slide, a little ones you put on the ground.
Yeah.
But we had tarps because my dad does construction. We had 2 or 3 brand new clear tarps, white clear ones, the ones that are white but they're clear. Put them down so it's 50. It's a good solid 30 yards, 30, 40 yards.
Okay.
He slides the first part, whatever. I'm kicking my feet, thinking it's making me go faster, and I'm believing it because I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I'm "Oh, kick your feet, it's hilarious." And my one cousin's I don't know, hilarious. I guess I thought it was just funny.
Mm-hmm.
He would be the one to always go, but go halfway, and everyone else went all the way. So
he'd be the one guy who wouldn't be able to finish the slide.
And later on, before that, I told him "Dude, kick your feet, it works." They're like, "Dude, you're stupid." But he gets stuck halfway, and he just starts kicking his feet as hard as he can. He's like, "I can't do it." He's so we're like, "You're doing it wrong. You got to do this." And he's like, "I can't do it."
Dude, so when you have a pool or whatever, and you have to put the cover on.
I almost died. I forgot about that story. I almost died in one of those.
What?
Yeah, my neighbors had a stand-up 4-foot pool. I was 12-ish again. That's when all of my idiot problems happened. And I don't know what happened, but I landed on it. Landed on the what's it called? Cover? It was a plastic clear waterproof cover.
Yeah.
And I fall on it by accident. I'm trying to swim, but I'm drowning. And then
you couldn't push it up because it was
I couldn't
suction.
Move. Yeah, and it was suction and it was sinking. I was like, "I'm drowning." I obviously wasn't doing that, but I was underwater. And I got so lucky that since I was so close to the edge when I fell in, that I eventually it ran out. The edge was ran out, and I finally got up after 10 seconds. But that was the longest 15 seconds.
It's that those 10 seconds that make you worry the most.
But it's 10, 15 seconds though.
And it feels like a minute.
Breathing, and it felt like 20 minutes.
And it's like a panic too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those moments suck.
And you can't move, and you're 30 pounds. But yeah, they basically destroy you mentally. You think you're dead, and then you're "Hey, I'm alive." So
there's those summer moments. I feel like every stupid thing happens in the summer or the spring.
And you're 14 and under.
Yeah.
And 9 and up.
Yeah, I think it's the imagination.
And then you're and then now that I haven't done anything really fun because I'm maturing the past 2-3 years, I'm like, gosh, I kind of miss my childhood, but like it was so stupid.
Well, as a child,
You've done so much stuff. No.
Guitar Hero was like my entire childhood.
When I got it back 2009.
We played on a PlayStation 2. We played like Tony Hawk.
I played Wii, yeah, and PlayStation 2. Yeah, I had a PlayStation 2. I had like a million PS1s.
Oh yeah.
Playing Tony Hawk like 3.
I think it was
Return
it's
of
the
the
purple
Hawk?
one.
No, I'm just
The purple one. I don't remember what it was called, but man.
And you would like go on a bus too. Like there was a spot where there was a bus.
Yep.
And then you went to the skate park and you challenged this one dude.
Yeah. I think that was the purple one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called though.
And then you could do like free run, and you're always like on a bus, and the one side and the other side was the guy who you challenged.
There's like the town, and then you can go like into the back, like wood, not the wood area, the dirt area with the dirt track and stuff, way in the back. You remember that part?
Mm.
There's like a turnpike back there.
I don't know, but I do remember a part where, like you had to challenge this guy, and I never could beat him.
Yeah. I couldn't. I'm
pretty sure I did eventually.
All I knew how to do was a kickflip in that game.
I knew how to like balance a little bit. I used to be pretty good at that, I guess. Well, that reminds me. The first time I honestly ever played Call of Duty and got into like actual video games, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
The best. I
what
honestly
a game.
think it's the best. You played it?
I played it.
Honestly, I think it's the best Call of Duty.
I'm not a Call of Duty fan though, just because the maps are so tiny, in my opinion.
I'm always a Call of Duty fan. I've always been one. I've always been a gamer. I almost became a professional gamer.
I've never really been like a gamer though. Like Guitar Hero was like our thing, but like we were kids, we'd go outside.
Same. It was either inside. I had phases though. My whole childhood, I was a little loser, and then 14 to 17, I was even a different type of loser playing Call of Duty games.
Everybody's a loser, man. But like, I feel like I don't have any memories at this house.
I don't have any memories of my house.
Like the house I live in now, there's no memories. I guess of one time when I bought my guinea pig for the first time and like didn't tell anybody, and my mom's like, "What the heck is this?"
Or Nerf games. Come on now.
I mean, yeah, Nerf games. Those are for sure lit.
Make a podcast out of our Nerf history. Explain what happened.
But yeah, but I feel like all of like the good memories.
We're at my neighbor's house. Mine.
You know, I have some pretty good memories with like Nick and stuff like in town or whatever.
Landon, though. I did airsoft at Landon's house.
We do airsoft with Landon.
I'm about to go buy an airsoft sniper rifle.
Yeah, airsoft at Landon's is pretty fun too. But
you want to go into town and buy an airsoft sniper rifle like next week?
I'll go next week. Heck yeah.
Because I get paid this weekend. So if we can do it,
let's do it.
Lit.
All right, let's wrap this up. Been at 22 minutes, bro. What?
How we do it?
All right. Well. That's gonna end this episode. We'll be back with a friggin' another, probably next one will probably be something controversial.
Oh yeah,
probably
anything random. You know us.
All right,
pound it,
pound it,
pound it.